Welcome everybody to our Philippine market update call. We're going to keep this call very short and succinct. We've just got a few things that we wanted to run over with you as we transition from our pre-enrollment period over to our official launch. Nervous. Mabuhay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Wonderful to see the chat blowing up. I can see that we've got people coming on from all parts of the world, which is quite incredible to see the interaction that we've had and the engagement as we drive into the launch of this great market. And we're at that sort of pressure cooker point where, you know, there's a lot of boxes to tick, and we're working very hard behind the scenes to put all the pieces in place. We've got a few little kinks we're still ironing out, and we're still moving forward, which is really exciting. And so officially welcome to our call. We've got a couple of things to run through. We want to talk to you about the thank you, Mersha. We're going to talk about three things: pre-launch update, what to do after our pre-launch, and we're going to recap our promotions. There's an exciting addition there as well, so plenty to keep you informed and entertained. Okay, enrollment types. So we know we have our brand new distributors that have never had an experience with LifeVantage before, and then of course we have some distributors that are rejoining, that were in our market of the Philippines previously and are coming back with renewed power and ready to just really blow up this market. So there are two types of enrollments that we're experiencing. And so here are some of our observations. And so the challenges with the pre-enrollments, yes, we have hundreds of them come through. Congratulations to Mersha, Tintin, Kate, Alma, all of the crew on the ground in the Philippines. We've got an office assistant now, Mark. We've got a man in the crew now, people over in the Philippines, which is exciting. And so the processing the pre-enrollments we're getting through them. There is quite a lot of challenges with declined credit and debit card transactions. We have a lot of incomplete application forms. The process with communicating these incomplete or error applications has been quite challenging. A lot of people are not aware of our fees and payment method types. So these are our challenges that we're going through as we get all of the enrollments processed. I know some of you have reached out and said, hurry up, get them through, get them through. We are doing our best. So please make sure that, especially for our leaders on the call here today, that you're working with your teams to ensure that, number one, you're knowing that your local bank is permitting transactions with LifeVantage, that all paperwork, and leaders, please be checking your paperwork with your teams, that it's reviewed and it's entirely complete, because we don't want anything slowing down your opportunity to get your actual product and purchase your enrollment pack as we move to our official launch date. Please, that is absolute priority right now. So the communication, sorry about that spelling error there on immediate. Immediate communication with your teams, making sure if you haven't heard that an application's gone through, please check in why it hasn't gone through. The team are quite swamped right now to get these processed. Ideally, it's an easy process. It probably takes, Mersha, about 5 minutes to complete an application when all the information is there. And I know many of you might be rushing through them to get them in. It's just creating a bit of a blockage. So let's make sure, check in with your teams. Make sure your bank knows that you're putting through a transaction with LifeVantage. Review applications before they come through. Also, make sure that you have contact information so that Mersha and the team can reach out to you if there is something missing on the application, because we cannot put them through without the detailed information. Mersha, is there anything else you wanted to add there about the applications?
So we just want to make sure that all the contact informations are actually updated so that when we call them, then we could easily communicate to the card holders. I would like to remind all our leaders that as of the moment, we are verifying all payments. So all the card holders are being contacted to make sure that they authorize the transactions for each of these applications. So some of them are actually resisting providing their credit card information, the card names, the card number, and the CVV. So I would like to let the team know that this is a temporary setup. That is why we have communicated this for a few meetings before the pre-launch, because this is also for everyone's protection. We have to process each of the applications needed, and we are not getting this credit card information through your email because we don't want any traces of these infos to avoid possible fraud in the future. So we ask for a little patience if we are not able to contact you immediately as we want, but so far these are the bottlenecks that we are experiencing as of the moment. But as Pam has mentioned earlier, if the credit card transaction will have no problem on the transactions and the distributor application forms are complete, the process will just be 5 to 10 minutes. But if the application form is hard to understand, we have to contact the distributors so that we could verify all the information. So it's very important that we input all the information correctly, because it will take time and it will go through a longer process. If we have one information that is incorrect here, it will go through compliance in the future and takes a longer process. So we want to make sure that everything is correct on the first attempt that we do it. So thank you guys for all the cooperation that you've been doing. We have been working with a lot of leaders. Tintin and Kate has been communicating with leaders so that we could prepare some of the distributors that they are about to process on within the day. And there are also some people who are requesting to be called at a specific time. Some of those requests we could no longer accommodate because we process the application forms the way it is received. So it's a first submitted applications are processed first. So we could not really cherry pick from that email trail. So we have to work through that that process. So we are asking for everyone's patience and cooperation. We will be completing all these pre-registration procedures. So guys, we still have, when I woke up this morning, I got a lot of messages following up on when are their applications are gonna be processed. Guys, I'm sorry, but we still have more than 100 in our inbox before we left home yesterday. And for sure, there has been some more that was added last night, but we are working through them. So we will still continue to communicate with the leaders. And please answer the phones when we call you guys, and have your credit cards and debit cards ready. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mersha. So this is our priority task right now. If you have team that, they haven't been issued with their ID number, etc., please get onto it right now. You do not want anything delaying our official launch and being able to purchase your enrollment pack and really get down to business. So thank you, Mersha. Okay, so questions in the chat, team, we'll keep an eye on them and make sure that we respond accordingly. So that's what's going on right now. Let's move forward. Okay, so I'm going to hand back over to you. Actually, is it Kaneko? Kaneko's next. Welcome, KK.
Hey everyone. We have quite a few people whose pre-registration has completed, and we wanted to walk you through the next important steps. Those whose pre-registration has completed should have received email explaining your ID and how to log into EVO. And actually there is a link to the back office in that email. And if you don't know that EVO address, it's listed in the FAQ document too. So when you go to EVO, this is the very, very first screen that you will see. And actually you have to log in with your ID and password. So when you log in, this is the first thing that you see. And there are 3 agreements that you have to agree. So make sure to click all these boxes and then submit. And then next, this is the screen that you will see. Right now on the right top, you see log and test. That's because we logged in as a test account, but you are supposed to see your name here. So make sure that your login was correct and your name is showing. And then the next thing is this big pop-up. Sorry, could you go back? I'm so sorry. This big pop-up message that says notification messages. And this is to set up your bank account information so that you can receive commissions once we start calculations. So click the link and then you will be taken to this section. And you are supposed to input your bank account information and we will pay the commission to this account. So make sure this information is provided. And if you miss that big pop-up window, it's always under your account services. So if you somehow close the pop-up or didn't know where to go to the account services and it's there. So that was the first thing that we really want you to do when your registration is completed. And then the next thing that we want you to do is once we launch the market on the 16th, 17th in Philippines, we want you to go to the website. If you go to lifevantage.com, there is a flag. Right now you're seeing the American flag in the red circle. If you go there, click there, then you will be able to select your country. And as highlighted, right now you don't see Philippines because it's not ready yet. But once we open, you will see this Philippine option. So please go to Philippines. And then first thing that you want to do is make sure that you are in the Philippine website. And then from the right-hand corner, you want to log in with the same login that you use for the EVO back office. And once you log in, yeah, this is when you click the login button, this is the screen you see. So here you input your ID and password and login. Then you see your name in the right upper hand corner and make sure you are logged in with your login. And because we are going to be order and you want to make sure you are placing an order with your account. And then, so with first, I bet that many of you would want to purchase the enrollment pack once we open. Because this is the process for the people who have pre-registered and purchased the start kit. So if you have already purchased the start kit, go to the product section. And when you go to the product section, the next slide will show you how it will look. And this is what you will look. And if you go, the easiest way is to go to shop all, then you can see all the products available. And if you are logged in with your distributor login and have purchased the stock kit, you will see the enrollment pack on that page. Sorry, that page isn't still available. It's still getting built. So I don't have a screenshot, but under the products page, you will see platinum packs, gold packs, silver packs. So please select the pack that you want to purchase and then check out. And during the checkout, because you have already purchased a start kit before, and start kit is actually part of the enrollment pack. So you will get the discount for the amount that you have paid for the start kit. So the discount will be applied during the checkout. So then daily bonus computation, that computation starts on November 28th in Mountain Standard Time. So which is going to be one day ahead in the Philippines. So it's gonna be your 29th. So what you want to make sure is that by the time we start the calculation, you want to have the volume that will make you qualify for the commissions. So at the latest, maybe a few days before, so you would not miss out, please make sure that you have the volume in and ready to receive the commission for all the volume that are generated from the launch until the first calculation data. Close for the calculation on the 28th is going to be 27th, which is going to be your 28th. But you don't want to miss that due date, so make sure at least 2-3 days in advance you have the volume in, and make sure confirm in your back office that you do have the volume to qualify for the commissions. And the first calculation happens on the 28th, and that's going to be paid on the 29th. That is, the company will pay the 29th, and then deposit it into your bank account by December 3rd. That's the plan. So please make sure you have all the required volume in by the state. And yeah, that was it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, KK. So just a brief reminder to our Philippine distributors, when you already have your distributor IDs, please follow the instructions as mentioned by KK earlier. Get your login IDs, log into your EVOs, and enter your bank account information just to make sure that you don't miss out on your first commission check. So right now we're going to talk about our promotions recap. So who are excited about promotions and getting ready for the first 6 months? Can I have a 1 here at the chat box? That's great. Thank you. That makes us more motivated. Okay, so there will be some addition on the promotions that we have mentioned on the first meeting. So right now, I'd like to make sure that we are part of the Croatia trip. So this is going to be our first trip to Europe, if ever. Team Philippines, whoever is interested to go to this trip, let's work together so that we could have a good representation of the Philippines in Croatia. We will be putting out the promotions categories or how to get points in our Facebook group. So if you are already enrolled, please join our Facebook group so that you could be updated of all the details. As of the moment, we are working on all the different informations that will be posted there. So in the next few weeks, it will be more updated of the different things we need to know about the Philippine market. So Croatia, here we go. And then on the Pro5 Summit, this is one very amazing opportunity given to the Philippines. For other market, you need to be Pro5, at least Pro5 for 3 months. But as a promotion for the launching of the Philippines, if you become Pro5 in November and December, we will automatically be a part of the Pro5 Summit in Utah in March of 2022. So for those who already have US visa, yes, go for it, because this is going to be an amazing trip for us. Pam and KK and I were talking yesterday, and this is the snowy season in Utah, and we would like to experience that too. So we understand.
If I could jump in too, sorry, just because I get so excited about Pro5 Summit. And so team, just to be clear, this is a really big deal to have your new Pro5s that qualify this month, oh my goodness, November, this month, and only have to maintain 1 month. They're going to get an all expenses paid trip to Park City, Utah, Salt Lake City. We are going to create the most incredible stories as we take this group of our brand new Filipino leaders over to Park City. And Kaneko and I were sharing with Mersha the incredible experience of this great event where we learn from the masters in our business, and we also have a lot of fun snowmobiling in powder snow, things that many people have never experienced before. So this is all about creating these incredible stories in our first formative months. And the important thing to know, everybody, is that moving forward after the launch, it will be back to hit Pro5 and maintain 2 times. So this is just for this launch period that we have this special offer, maintain just 1 month, and you get to go to Salt Lake City. Thank you, Mersha.
Yes, thank you, Pam. Yes, I would like to bring as many of us here from the Philippines to Utah in March because we don't have snow here. That will be a great experience for us. And I would also like to add, Pam and KK, that we understand that there will be some limitations in the visa applications for March because the U.S. Embassy might not have the schedules in time for March, and we have been discussing about this yesterday. For those who have qualified but is not able to make it to have a US visa in March, we will be able to bring them in September. But of course, for those who already have visa, let's go in Utah this March. And for those who are planning to prepare for this Pro 5 Summit, please schedule or get the schedule, monitor the schedules of the US Embassy so that you could have your interviews scheduled, and we will make it in time here. So just a recap of what we have in the previous meeting. So the first 50 customers for LifeVantage Philippines will have a free hand cream. So I get a lot of questions lately. So what's the difference between a customer and distributor? So I know most of us here are distributors, but for those who just want to use our products and not really do the business part, they could enroll as customers and they could still have the benefits being a LifeVantage customer. So next is our Pro 3 conference. For those that will be achieving at least a rank of Pro 3 by December of this year. So that will be until December 31st next month. So you will be part of our very first Pro 3 conference. And we will have, for those who will be our early achievers, for those who become at least Pro 4 by January of 2022, you will be receiving an iPad as a gift from the company. And this one we've got a lot of interest about is the Philippine Founders promotion. So there will be 4 levels on this. The first one will be, if you achieve a rank of Pro 4, you just have to maintain 1 month. So for example, you become Pro 4 this November and you become Pro 4 again this December. By March of 2022, just be at least have a paid rank of Pro 3, and you will become our premier founder. So what's the importance of becoming a Philippine founder? It is you becoming part of the LifeVantage Philippines history for helping us build the business here and establishing the business here in the Philippines. So you will, when we have our grand launch 6 months after our initial launch, then you will be invited to our VIP dinner, and then you will have an extra $250 cash bonus. The second level is Pro 5. So if you rank advanced to Pro 5, you just have to maintain another month of being a Pro 5. By March of 2022, just be at least have a paid rank of Pro 3, and you will become our premier founder. You will also be part of our VIP dinner and an extra cash bonus of $550. So the next level is Pro 6. So anybody who advanced to pin rank Pro 6 from this month until March, there will be no monthly maintenance after this, but by March of 2022, you must be at least paid rank of Pro 4. And of course, you will be invited to our VIP dinner, and your title will be Premier Founder, LifeVantage Philippines Premier Founder. And you will have a cash bonus of $750. And the last one for those who will be achieving at least Pro 7. So when you advance to Pro 7, by March of 2022, just be at least paid for the rank of Pro 4, and you will become our elite founder. That's amazing. So you will be invited to our VIP dinner, and of course, a cash incentive of $1,250. So that will be around 60,000+ pesos. So can I see on the chat box who are running for Philippine Founders? Can you chat founders at the chat box? We will be watching out for you guys. Okay, we've got a lot, KK and Pam. Tin and Kate, please take note.
We are taking down these names, absolutely.
We will be monitoring you guys.
This is amazing. Wow.
Thank you, guys. So let's work together for us or for you to become Philippine Founders. Just reach out to us whenever you need some help from our team, and we'll make sure to see how can we support you on this goal. So next is we will be having our fast track to success. This is another incentive for those who are really running fast for the first 6 months. So for those who are rank advancing to Pro 6, and they just have to maintain 1 month. And for those who have been into Pro 7, they just have to maintain at least Pro 6 for another month. If you become Pro 8, from November 2021 to March of 2022, there will be no requirement to maintain another rank, and you will become part of the very first success trip of LifeVantage Philippines. So it's a good news that the government is actually updating a less strict implementation of some places here in the country. So we will have to determine the best place for us to go to on this success trip. We're gonna make this a very important and memorable experience for you all. So of course, with this is also something that this international founders leaders is also something that we are looking forward to. We are paying a lot of gratitude to our international leaders because it's because of them that we get a lot of engagement to building our Philippine business, because they have been devoting so much of their time. So international leaders, may I see who are the international leaders here? Can you type in international founders if you are opting in to become Philippine international founders? Can I see it? Okay, so a lot of our international leaders are excited to be part of this too. So all you need to do is generate 2 Pro 6 in 2 different enrollment trees. Sorry, this is an error. This is supposed to be enrollment trees in 2 different legs by the end of March 2022. And for the international distributors, there will be something in your back office to let you opt in to become an international leader. So I think, KK, it will show up any moment, right? According to our web development team. So they just have to opt in that they are interested to become Philippine international founders, and it will be sent to us, and we could monitor and work with them to reach this goal. So guys, for our international founders, during our grand launch, that will be tentative, it will be 6 months after our initial launch, we will be flying you here to the Philippines to join us on this event, and we will be booking your hotel accommodation for this particular event. So we are looking forward that you join us here in the Philippines, and we are also looking forward that the travel restrictions will be removed at that time, so that we could all be together along with our Philippine teams. So, and another thing that I think of all the promotions that we have mentioned earlier, this is the most important for me, because this is our way of helping our local leaders really establish their teams and see the importance of residual income. And not just because we are starting, we don't want to be dependent on the number of enrollments that's getting in. Of course, that's one important aspect of the business, but the continuity of the business after enrollment is very important. So the uni-level doubler, these are the commissions that you get after enrollment. So these are the 2nd orders, 3rd orders, 4th orders, or any orders after the enrollment packs. So this will be for the next 6 months, from November to April of 2022. By the way, guys, on the 1st month, there will be no uni-level commission, because it's usually computed after the 1st month or the following month. So imagine, if you are earning 20,000, for example, for Unilever, on the next 6 months, you will be having double that. So if you have started with a large organization already, you have prepared for the past few months, and you are already earning 30,000 pesos on your Unilever for December, that will be multiplied by 2. That's 60,000. That's huge. So I hope you guys see if you need help understanding further about uni-level Doppler, I don't mind really getting into a different meeting because it's a lot of information on the computations and all. So let's jump into another meeting so that you could really see the importance of this bonus. This is something that Pam and KK really fought hard for because we want to help you build a very strong foundation on the next 6 months. So yes, let's keep in touch and talk more about this if we need to. So guys, those are all the promotions that we are having for the first 6 months. I've been talking to a lot of leaders and they feel like we have been giving more to the Philippine market and to the Philippine launch for this launch itself. As Pam loves to say it, we are giving away the farm. So, so when we get a chance, Kai is in the office here. Kai is here in the Philippines right now, and we have gone through all these promotions and really dissected all the infos about this. And Greg and her are just so amazed how generous the company is and how supportive the company is for the launch of the Philippines. So guys, let's take advantage of this because we cannot have another set of promotions after this launch. Let's all do, let's run fast. For those who are still having doubts and for those who are still having second thoughts, I would suggest, I know what's going on internally and the preparations and the comparisons of the different companies that we have handled in the past. I would say just act now and think later because we are not, we could not let this time pass or this moment pass. We might regret it if we just act 2, 3, or 4 months later, or worse is if you act 6 months later when all these promotions and benefits are gone. So again, thank you again, guys, for joining us today. We are working on making our Facebook group as informative as possible. We are just preoccupied of the pre-launch right now. We are trying to move as fast as we can. As of the moment, there's still not much of the content there, but we have a good plan on making that Facebook group a very informative place so that whenever you could not reach any of us because it's out of office hours or your upline is sleeping because we have a different time zone, whatever question that you will have, you will find in our Facebook page, our Facebook group. So it's just a matter of time and we are going to be achieving that goal of making it our one-stop group for everything that we need to know. Have a great day, everyone.